Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have a special guest. So, Continously, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you so much for having me on your show, Harry.
Pleasure.
My name is Vera Zambrano. I am the founding partner of law firm Vera Zambrano Associates. I founded my first company when I was 28 in Germany.
Wow.
2.5 years later, I expanded internationally. And I'm now located in the States, and my headquarters is still in Germany, but I practice international law.
Wow. So why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? Because one thing is being a lawyer, yeah, and completely different thing is be on charge of a law firm. Sound the same, but it's not the same.
Yes, exactly. So I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, having my own company, because if you work for someone else, you're not in control, right? You never become independent, and you don't have the flexibility also to change, right? And to change directions and to change your goals also, right? So I knew I wanted to be a company owner, and to combine this with, the passion for law was always my dream. And that's why I went for it. That was my plan A, and it worked out.
Your plan A. Oh my God. And so what? So do you have any entrepreneur in your family? Your dad, your mom, a cousin,
No, so
a
so
friend?
far no entrepreneurs, no company owners. So like I'm the first one who started their own company. Yes.
So then what happened? What happened when you talk to your phone, you talk to your family and your friends, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna find a job. Yeah, because I have this in I study chemical engineer just to make my mom and my dad happy. Yeah. They always telling me, oh, you have to study, you need to go to university, and then you need to find a job, and this is how you're gonna be fine. Um I'm like you, right? I have something within me like one day I'm gonna do something great. Like one day I'm gonna do
Yes.
something amazing. But mom and dad, you need to keep them happy, otherwise they kick you out of the house. Yeah. So
You have to be. You definitely have to be a risk taker. Yes, that's for sure.
so what happened? How your family and friends take it? They say, okay, we're gonna support you anyway, or do you have a little bit of resistance there?
No, so they knew that I was different in that way. I was always, very fast with my decisions, right? I made a decision, I stick to it, I don't regret it. So I'm a risk taker. I was always like this, right? I was never going to stay, being in an employment or work for someone else. So it was never for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because the other day I was listening something about critical thinking, and they were explaining, oh, you had to think and you had to evaluate all your possibilities, and then you need to find the best one and everything. And I'm thinking all this, and I was thinking, oh, this is not how I operate. I decide fast. Somebody told me once, or my book publisher actually told me, Harry, successful people decide fast and figure out how to
Exactly.
do it. Unsuccessful people think about all the time and never do anything. So
Yes, exactly.
in which
Yes.
boat you want to be? And I say, I want to be in the boat that the people decide fast and don't regret it. And well, as an entrepreneur, sometimes honestly have been very good. Sometimes I failed big. If I tell you my failures, you will start to cry, and I don't want to depress you. So,
Okay.
as an entrepreneur, but together with that came a lot of wins, right? So you decided
Yes.
really fast. This is what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna stop me. However, become an entrepreneur and look at you doing an international expansion. Oh God, if it's difficult to build a brand in your own country, now to build an international. Tell me about it when we build our global speakers and leaders. Take it from a local brand to a global brand. We went to Singapore, Dubai, Mexico, Peru, you name it. It's
Yes.
completely different ball game. So let's talk about this. so wait, who taught you? Because one thing is to be a lawyer. So how you learn how to find the clients, how to do marketing,
Yes.
how to find your partners? Who teach you? How you learn that? How often
Yes.
do you fail? It costs you money. How you came up for your failure? Tell us a little bit more about
Yes. Yes. So I think nowadays, if you're starting now, right, in these days, you have it a lot easier to
really.
start a company
Absolutely, I
because
agree.
you have so many channels. You can just go and build up your social media, and have a good branding online. You don't have to
Absolutely.
spend a lot of money. You have it much easier than a couple of years ago or a couple of decades ago, even, right? So when I started, I did it all by myself. I didn't hire anyone in the first place, right? And I had
You
no
couldn't
one to show
afford it
me.
anyway, right?
Yeah, you would have
You
to
have to
just
wear all the
start.
hats.
You would have to start from zero, right? If you
Mhm.
don't want to, I didn't want to have, funding or anyone supporting me, right? I wanted to do it all by myself. So I started, I think about from the end, what clients do I want to attract, right? International customers, international clients, because there is a niche. There's a niche that not a lot of attorneys can really represent them, right, or consult them.
Mhm.
So I was writing a lot of articles. I was writing so many articles and published so many legal blogs.
Wow.
And that's how I got a lot of customers online, right?
Very
They,
good.
yes, so they contacted our law firm only online
Because of
through
your
our, yes,
articles. That was amazing.
exactly.
Because of your blog. So what do you have, a blog?
Yes,
So
exactly.
so basically we can say that you were one of the pioneers of the
Well,
building
not
the
pioneers,
community online.
but
Yeah,
I think you have to show people why you love something, right? And
absolutely.
why they can trust you. So you have to write about what you're passionate about, right? So because
Mhm.
otherwise people will not know that you're
And
existing.
back then it was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there was
No.
nothing. So how people will know about you? You have to
Yes,
write and
exactly.
put in blog.
So I wasn't even on any social media with my business back then, right?
Wow.
Now we have the YouTube and Facebook and like all kind of things, Instagram, and like my team is operating, right? And my team is doing that. I'm not even doing that because I don't have any time for it, right?
Mhm.
But they told me you have to do it, right? Because nowadays a lot of clients are looking on social media, and not only on Google, right? So you have to do, and I was a little bit hesitant, but I think to also, show a little bit more about your company, you have to be on social media and to have to keep going every single day. You just have to keep posting about your work.
Exactly. Now, because in the end of the day, we are building a brand, and part of this of building this brand is create high quality content about
Yes,
your company and about you what you can do for your clients. And
yes.
I think so. What message do you have from there, from attorneys or law firms there, or entrepreneurs in general, that they're telling you, oh no, I'm too busy, I don't have time for social media, I don't have time to write a blog, I don't have time to write about my business, I'm so busy finding clients because I need to pay my bills? What message
Yes,
do you have for these people?
I would say find someone who is a marketing person. Because lawyers are usually, we're not financial experts. Like
Absolutely.
I had to learn it all by myself,
Yeah,
taxes, everything, the financial aspects, right? So we are experts in legal matters, but we don't know how to do marketing or
absolutely.
PR, right? So hire
Absolutely.
someone that is good in those things,
Social
that is
media,
passionate. Yes, that's
exactly.
very important.
Because at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yes,
Business. Actually, if somebody told me, I don't know if it's true, I'm not a lawyer. Somebody told me that that there are a couple of states in United States that because I think it's my understanding that United States, in order to have a law firm, you have to be a lawyer, and you have to have a bar, and you have to have a license to be a lawyer. But he told me that there is a couple of states that now, but I don't know if I don't know how far is this true. He told me that there are a couple of states that are allowing people that they are not lawyers to run law firms. And when he told me that, I said, wow, this could be a really, really challenging, because the people that will come to run this law firm, they're not lawyers, they are entrepreneurs. And because they are entrepreneurs, they're coming with completely different mindset. These people know about client acquisition. These people know about marketing. They know about sales. And if they can hire a group of lawyers to do the job, they're gonna make a huge competition to the traditional law firm that, like you said, um, they are the lawyers. Let's face it, most of the law firms that I know, right, it's not only United States, all over the world. All the lawyers find the clients because referral. Okay, a friend told them, and every time that we have someone, a business, come and talk to us, and they tell us, oh, no, all my clients come from referral. The only thing that I'm thinking is, wow, these people are leaving a lot of money on the table. Because if the clients are coming for referral, that means that the product is excellent. That means they're doing an amazing service. That's why the people recommended their friend.
Yes.
So that means that they're so good delivering the product that if they put some marketing and PR, like you said, and they start to do the social media, they start to do X, Y, and Z, they're gonna go to the roof, because they're leaving a lot of money on the table. When you are doing social media, you're doing PR. No, I don't need that. You get on my client by referral. I'm thinking,
Yes.
my God, you're leaving so much money on the table.
Yes, exactly. You have to do everything. You cannot just do by personal referrals or friends, family, or you can count on the people that already know the firm. You have to like get everyone, right? And that's why you have to reach out. You have to reach out on the internet, social media, or even, writing blogs, getting published in different articles, right? Getting published on different media outlets. So, you have to always keep going, because referrals are only a little part of your clients.
But most of the law firms out there, this is what the majority of clients, unless that they are big firm and they can afford marketing department, things like that. So all the small practices, this is how they do. So how come, look at you, right? You at the beginning you say, I'm a little bit hesitant and about this social media thing. But you're doing it for your business. Like, people think, oh, Harry loves to do the podcast. I do love to do the podcast, but I'm not a TV presenter. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yes.
But now, if you're gonna be in business, you have to be a TV presenter. You have to be a radio host. You have to be in the cover of the magazine. You have to do PR, because you have to put the product out there. So we don't do this because we love it. I mean, eventually, yeah, we are having a great time and meeting amazing people during this broadcast. But we're doing this because we are in business, and we have to talk about our business, to talk about our product, our service. And if the competition are not doing it because they are scared or they're shy, well, they're leaving money on the table. And let's face it, today we live in a society that a kid with 21 years old with a big following in social media can take out of business a business with 30, 40 years of experience. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Just because you can reach a lot of people, in seconds or in minutes, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell us a little bit more why you decided that, it's already complex to build a brand, to build a successful law firm in your country. Why do you think that was a good idea to go global, which is to go to new territories that you don't know the people, you don't know the culture, you don't know anything about it, and to expand rather than being a local brand to become a global brand? What?
Yes, that's a good question, because I was censured in the capital, right? In Berlin, the capital of Germany. And I got almost, I would say 85% were non-Germans.
Wow.
So because my website was in English, Spanish, and German from the beginning.
Very good. That was a great idea. Whose idea was this? Your idea?
Yes, my idea. So I wanted to also expand to other languages, right? To French, to Portuguese, or to attract just more people in more countries, right? So because we had a lot of expats in Germany, or a lot of professionals in the capital especially, and it just came one to another, right? I was not really looking for it, but I just had most of the clients were international. So non-Germans, mostly English or Spanish speaking. And them finding them was like the start of the idea, right? To expand and to also have a bigger presence for them.
So tell us, what do you specialize? What you firm? What is international law firm that you have? What is your core service? What is the most popular service? What you guys specialize?
Yes, so we do a lot of different areas. We do mostly international family law, inheritance law, a lot of international criminal law too,
Wow,
international contract law, and business law. So it is a wide range, and we have
very
attorneys,
wide, yeah.
multiple attorneys that cover all these different aspects also. And yeah, it's very wide, but it keeps you being very excited about what you do, because there's a single case every day. You get different kind of cases, right, that
Wow.
you never had before. So you always stay excited about what you do.
You clearly love what you do, yeah. Look how your eyes shine when you're talking about new cases that come in and how excited you are. So how is living in US compared with Germany? Because over there you don't have these kebabs, you don't have these well, you do have beer in US, but not like in Germany. I've been there in Berlin. So how you adapting to US? Are you based there because you guys are very busy there and requires more time, or you just moved there because you like it?
So it's very different, right, from Germany. It's very
Yeah,
different
I
from living
know.
in Europe,
I know.
but the whole, the
You cannot
society,
take your
yeah.
bicycle in US, yeah? In Germany, you go in bicycle everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
If you go
Exactly.
in bicycle US, they will kill you there.
No, but I love living in the US. So it
Yeah,
was definitely my decision, my personal decision. And yeah, it's definitely very different
very
from Germany,
different.
from Europe, but also, the people's mindset is very different. So in the US, for example, a lot of people are entrepreneurs, or they have the mindset
Yes.
to be company owners. In Germany or in Europe, people want to be more employed, they want to be more safe. They rely a little bit more on the government, which is, the total
Very
opposite
risky thing.
from being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, from US they are very entrepreneurial, very aggressive, very good at sales.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
yes,
very outspoken, right? It's
yes. Uh-huh.
more aggressive. Yeah, when I do my workshops as speakers and leaders, I've done it all over the world. If I go to Singapore and I say, raise your hand who want to make more money, the whole audience raise their hand. If I go to US, raise your hand, you want to make more money, and the whole audience raise their hand. If I ask the question in Peru, if I ask the question in Mexico, when I ask the question in UK, raise your hand who want to make more money. Only 20%, 30%. Oh, okay. It's
Yeah, exactly.
completely
Different mindset.
different mindset. Yeah, I love my dad lives in US. I go to Miami a lot and went to different part of US. I love it over there, but definitely the culture. When it comes to entrepreneurs, we can say that it's more what is the word, more dynamic. Yeah,
Yes. Uh-huh.
UK is a little bit of mix of both. UK is it has 50% this slowdown like European type of thing, but then it cash because they do a lot of trade with United States. There is also
Yes.
50% of
Uh-huh.
dynamic. So we can
Yes.
say that UK is a little bit on the middle, but yeah, over there you have to be on top of your game all the time, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So there's a lot of competition, but
A lot of
also,
law firms in US
but
competition, they're very
people
litigious.
yes, but people love to change. They're not hesitant, and they're not so, they're not doubting themselves so much, right? They're just going out and trying to make it work. And that's just a very different mindset. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about something else, which is being a female CEO in an industry that is mainly male dominant. So, how you navigate this process, or do you hire, or your team is more women than men? Do you have 50-50, or at the end of the day, all you have a bunch of boys working with you for you, and you are the boss, and this is sometimes become difficult to handle?
Yes. So I would say my team is almost 50-50, a little bit
Very
more
good.
women. but almost 50-50, because I think it's important that you're, like a mixed team, because men think very different than women, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes more analytical, more practical. Women have, on the other side, a softer side, which is very important for, family law or for certain areas, right? So a good mixed team is, I think, the best approach, right? Yes, and it works. So like the current attorneys that I have hired are female, because they want to work in international family law. And I think that's a good choice. Men typically want to work more like in business law or in criminal law. That's more for the man. Yes.
So, how about there is, with the advance of technologies, especially law firms, they're facing with something that we call it legacy. They have the business I used to work with, old software, old way of doing things. And in today's marketplace, we have AI, we have cloud computing, we have technology that can do our accounts and things like that. So how you embrace change and innovation in your company, which is an industry that is well known for very slow pace in terms to adapt new technologies and new way of doing things. I understand, because you guys are lawyers, you cannot make a tiny mistake because you can lose your license. And
Yes.
that's why implementing new technology is more difficult. I get that. But at the end of the day, those productivity tools out there can make you more competitive and can make you reach more people and can get you go global faster. And I don't think that can be only in your mind. It has to be in the mind of the whole team or the whole
Yes.
organization, in the culture of the organization.
Mhm.
So you can enroll the whole team and embrace, like, guys, this is a law firm, but this is a law firm that is dynamic, that is changed, that's gonna use social media, and we will try to embrace new technologies as soon as they come. Obviously, we will check the compliance to whether we can use them or not. But so how you're navigating this challenge that especially law firms have out there.
Yes. So as you said, technology is very, very important, right? So because the law firm, like the legal field, is a very, old-fashioned and sometimes rigid profession, right? Because we have very strict standards, very strict approaches, right? And we're not tech people. Like we usually, if you don't have a passion for it, usually an attorney doesn't know how to deal with technology so well. So that's when important that you have someone in your team, right? Or you hire someone, a company that can teach you, right? Like, for example, automation, right? Or AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Or how do you really, stay on track and compete with other law firms, right? Some like using chat, right? Using chats, not only emails that people can send to you, like chats that are automated. And you can send, emails from around the world to the website, right?
But I think
So
that like you're doing is that, like, little by little you embrace that in the culture of the company.
yes,
So one day you say, okay, guys, I want everybody. I'm gonna bring Pedro here, and Pedro is gonna teach us about AI. And then you're gonna have a team that's, oh, that's fantastic, new technology. Let's embrace it. What you can see out there is, okay, I got Pedro gonna teach us about AI, and all these law firm. Oh my God,
yes.
what is this guy doing there? So we have this whole legacy. So it's your role as a CEO to keep your team open.
Yes, and also
And
sometimes the younger generation knows a lot more, right? So
absolutely.
to hire someone, for example, the social media manager is 25 years old. So
Wow.
he's the youngest currently in our team, but he has a lot of
It's
creative
brilliant, I bet.
ideas.
It was, yeah.
He's really good because he has ideas that no one else has, right? He says this is
Absolutely.
going to work. We have to do this. We have to be more modern. We have to be more like young, right? Talk to the young generation too, and all these shorts and then videos and special effects or whatever, right? So those young people, they have a very good sense when it comes to marketing as well. And I think it's amazing, right? You can combine all this together.
I applaud you for being brave, right? And to embrace new technology and like you shared with us, okay, you know what? My social media manager is 25 years old. I don't think that this is something common that you will hear in any law firm,
Yes.
only US, around the world. People are like, what? A kid on charge of the thing? But at the end of the day, they have born with this technology on their hands.
Yes.
And they know, and at the end of the day, again, you have to, if you build the community, you will have business forever because you keep offering products and services to that community. So
Yes.
it's not like you and I, when you started our business, that we start to do everything by ourselves, and we need to find the first client, the second client, the third client, one
Yes.
by one, all of them. Today is different. Today you build the community, you put high quality content, and then you can offer products and services to the community, which is amazing, and all can be done
Yes.
online.
Yes.
So things have advanced a lot. And how you, as part of your mindset, when do you discover that you have to embrace new technology, that you have to surrender about the standard law firm stereotype, which is, this is my logo, we don't want any crazy software here, this is what we do, we're very corporate, we're gonna wear ties here with no social media, we're just gonna do our job, and like that. Whether you have a very opening approach to start new PR, new marketing strategies, have a social media manager, now doing the podcast here with us, which we are very grateful, by the way. We know that you guys, lawyers, your time is very valuable. So we're very grateful that you are here with us. So what make you surrender and think, okay, if I want to try in business, I have to do something different that everybody out there.
Yes.
I had to surrender and be out there. No matter this is what is required for my business, regardless that
Yes.
it's comfortable or not. I don't think that people think that we are comfortable being in front of a microphone or in the TV or in the first time that they told me, Harry, you need to go to a TV for an interview. I was like, wow,
Yes,
I was
exactly.
terrified, It's just, people think that we have to do it because we're in business. So
Yes.
what helped you to go through the process where you decide that no, this is gonna be a firm that will adapt to new times, to new technologies, and we're gonna try everything that is out there in order to grow our firm, in order to get more
Yes.
clients,
Mhm.
regardless what everybody has. What give you to make this flexibility? Do you read the book? Do you learn from a friend?
Yes. So like mostly I always like to analyze, right? So I would like to analyze always every month, every year, the changes that you can see on paper, right? Because if you just think what are your goals, and you cannot really say clearly what are your goals, you're not meeting them, right? So you have to put them down on paper, like very specific, and then try to meet them every month, right? So because you just say, I want to grow, at some point I want to be big, I want to be like, that's not a goal, right?
specific enough?
Exactly, specific enough, and then make timelines and make deadlines for when you want to reach something, right? And not just like in a couple of years I want to be, this big, or I want to grow internationally. That it doesn't work. So we analyzed where are our customers from, and most of them are, new customers that come through online advertisement, right? They come from, they see a blog, they see a special, a news that we put out there, right? New jurisdiction, new law, all the blogs, right? And on the website, there are a lot of podcasts too. So that's what people see. And I think if you want to stay in business, right, and not just currently be in business, and you want to grow continually every year, you need to adapt, right? You need to implement this. You cannot say, I don't want to do this because I don't like to talk, or I don't want to be in front of a camera. It doesn't work like that, right? You have to learn this. That's why I said, as you also said, you're an entrepreneur, but you have to be an entertainer too. And
Mhm.
then you have to be a speaker too. And when you
And a
write,
writer, and then
and
write
an author, and then write, exactly. You have to be a lot of different things because you're a business person, right? So
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah. So, Kansley, what are in your opinion, what are the 5 steps that entrepreneurs should be doing out there in order to achieve the first million?
So in order to achieve success, right, which is like whatever, however that looks like for you in your business, right? Some might be to reach the first million, like, which is the most difficult part. Then to reach the next is not as, is not as difficult anymore than to reach the first one, right? Of course. But you have to think about what is your goal. Write down your goals, right? Don't postpone your goals. It's very important. Do not say, oh, this year I'm not feeling it, or I want to wait until I make more money, or I want to wait until I get there, right? You should never wait, because when you wait, something else happens, right? And then your goal gets postponed and postponed. So I would say to everyone who has a vision, right? Who has a plan, write exactly down what you want to have, right? We have still 6 more months of this year, right? A lot of time that you can accomplish a lot of goals. So write exactly down what you want to achieve until this year ends, and then look at your paper if you achieved it, right? So the thing is also talking to people that are that haven't achieved what you have achieved, or that are trying to say, oh, it will not work, you're too young, you have no experience, or there are so many other competitors already in the field. You should never listen to those people, right? Because you never get criticized by someone that is more successful than you. They don't criticize you for starting, right? You get most of the criticism you get from people who don't have a company, right?
Absolutely.
Or who were not bold enough to have their own company. But the ones that are successful, they applaud you, and they say, amazing that you started. It doesn't matter where you start.
Yeah. Yeah. So then so which advice do you have there for women entrepreneurs that they are thinking to open the business but they are scared?
Yes. So first of all, you shouldn't be scared at all, right? It's easier said than done, but you should never be scared, because what is the worst thing that could happen to you? That the plan A doesn't work out. You have still plan B, C, D, right? So fear is never a good advisor. You should start. If you're passionate about something and you know in your heart you want to do this, right? You should start. And then be happy that you are a woman, right? Because you are different than most of the company owners, or most of the male competitors are, right? So that's also an advantage. People say, oh, you're not, you have to be more, harsh or more tough. It's not true. That's not true. You can be the company owner you want to be, right? Because there's not a plan, like a plan or agenda. You make your own plan. So you can be very empathetic. You can be open-minded. You can be, you don't have to be a certain stereotype.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Kansley. And so if somebody's listening this podcast and want to learn more about your law firm and about the services that you guys offer internationally, how they can find you, and they can find your website, and how the process works. Can you describe that to us?
Yes. So my website is www, right? lawyer-berlin-miami.com. And you can find us everywhere online, on social media, on different channels, right? You can always reach out to us. We have 24/7 availability. So someone will always pick up the phone and always send you an email back. And then we can set up a first consultation, right? About your problem, what you need, and discuss it with you, and then see if we can proceed and represent you.
And then if any law firm, they are listening this podcast and they are stuck, they really want to do more PR, more social media, be out there, and they need some support and maybe have a talk to you to see if you can kind of mentor them or navigate into the way, or maybe talk to them to let go the fear and to embrace new technology, because this is the way to go. They can also find you on LinkedIn and your social media, correct?
Yeah, social media, YouTube, or the website, or any other channels you can find. Yes, of course. I'd be happy to help.
Thank you so much. And with that note, we are going to conclude this podcast. And I want to thank you once again, Kansley, for your time with us, and for every one of you listening. See you in our next episode of Unstoppable: How Brave Entrepreneurs like Kansley break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.